Elon Musk, the biggest political donor in history, gave a total of $288 million to help elect Donald Trump and other Republican candidates. In exchange for that, Donald Trump gave Elon Musk access to the government, leading the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, which was never about efficiency, had Elon Musk participating in cabinet meetings, even getting certain nominees appointed and some not appointed that he was pushing. And after his exit from the White House and his public on and off war with Donald Trump over the budget bill that Republicans passed last week that did not include some of the things that Elon Musk wanted, Donald Trump is now suggesting that Elon Musk could lose some of his government contracts because Elon Musk is now threatening to create a third political party, one that will compete with the Republican Party. How many ways is this wrong? And is any of it against the law? For the answer to that, we turn to Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island. He is a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee and the Senate Finance Committee, and he's the top Democrat on the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. Senator, this begins as a story about money and politics. It's the only reason these two people know each other. They never met before Donald Trump was taking money as a politician. And here's Donald Trump now threatening that if Elon Musk does do something political involving possibly a third party that Donald Trump doesn't like, he will retaliate by taking government contracts away. How close are we here to something illegal?
We are very much into illegal territory. The problem is that the Attorney General of the United States is essentially our MAGA Attorney General, and she will not cross Donald Trump under any circumstances. And so the entire apparatus of law enforcement will be disabled if Donald Trump were to be the subject of it, or more exactly, if one of his minions were to be the subject of it. Because as you'll recall, the Supreme Court gave President Trump absolute immunity for any criminal acts that he should conduct as president of the United States. So she can cover everybody else. The Supreme Court covered him. And if for some reason there's a slip up, he has the pardon power. So what is illegal has now been replaced by what is prosecutable. And in this environment, the crimes can be gotten away with.
And Senator, the tariff story, you remember the Senate Finance Committee, which of course has jurisdiction over tariffs, which was the original way we funded the federal government. We never had income taxes for well over, for most of our history, and tariffs were the jurisdiction of the Finance Committee. That's really all they were playing with there for a very long time until you got an income tax to work with.
It was actually called the Committee on Tariffs.
Mm-hmm. And so there's this confusion out there that Donald Trump keeps selling, White House press corps keeps buying, which that other countries pay these tariffs, but which of course is exactly the opposite. But he's gotten this far telling the lie, and I'm not quite sure what his supporters think at this point, because they're getting bombarded with automobile ads saying, get the pre-tariff price on your car.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of pre-tariff buying as the threats of these tariffs continue to go forward. I mean, it's possible that he never pulls the trigger. It's just taco day after taco day after taco day. But as economists have pointed out, the stupidest tariff of all is tariff confusion, because businesses have to step back. They've got to take precautions. You're interrupting their supply chains. American consumers will pay higher prices, but the U.S. doesn't get the revenue. So that is why tariff confusion is a form of tariff that is the stupidest form of tariff that there can be. And that appears to be the tariff policy of this administration. Taco, 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 taco. Endless confusion, higher prices for Americans, and the stupidest tariff that you can have.
Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Yes, sir.